What's shaking, Canadian bacon?
Great. Well, everybody, welcome. It is September 10th, 2021, and we are here for a very special edition of Here for a Reason with a very special guest, Sybill from North Carolina. I'm not going to reveal your exact city because we know, we don't want everyone just coming to your door tonight. But
it's true. Yeah, thank you for that. No paparazzo this evening. No random men who are trying to get up into my hot pocket. So I appreciate that.
Exactly. Right. We don't want that.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about Tinder tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And Sybill is also a user of Tinder along with ourselves, and we've all had experiences.
Right. Now, I think I'm the most virginous one, but I can't.
I'm close second because I just started with you.
Yeah.
And Sybill, I don't know when you.
I'm kind of new to the Tinder, but I've been on other apps. There's one that's more geared toward gay people called Grindr, and another one called Jacked. There's one that's for the butch men called I don't know, and the chubby men is like. There's one for every pot that needs a lid. There's an app out there for you. Even the Christian mingle people. I mean, even the Christians now can have a little knocking.
There's JJ too for the Jews. Yeah.
Exactly. The Jews need sex. I mean, come on. We all need it. We all need it. We need love and a
lot of we need.
So whoever you are, there's an app out there for you to find your lid.
Could we zoom in a little bit on Grindr for a second? Because we've always been curious. What is the deal with Grindr? Is it very close to Tinder?
No, it's totally different. Tinder, you have just the picture, and then you swipe left or right, whether you like or don't like, right? This app is set up more like. Let me show you the actual app so that you can kind of see what it looks like. All right, so popping over here to and once I sign in, it's going to start making a whole lot of noise. I say that and then nobody will text me, but usually what happens when I log in, I'm so popular now that I've started expressing myself in my non-binary way, and you all are seeing me a little in my Ken garb tonight because I didn't want to paint, but I'm quite a beautiful woman when or female-ish, gender-ish person, not a woman because I'm not a woman, when I made up. So the boys have lost their fucking minds for my hot pocket. So let me get this pulled up here. I'm sorry. I get distracted because I have liver fog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're forgiven.
Here we are. So can you see that? I need to probably turn that light off a little bit, maybe.
These aren't dick pics.
No, you're not allowed to have a dick pic. And you see that some of them have pictures, some have the little black silhouette. So those are the folks who are DL. Okay. And so they're down low, and they don't want to let anybody know that they have sex with, or they're cheating. Yeah. So then you get the ones that are like, I'll send you a picture. And now they created this little app or this little feature that you can actually send an disappearing photo. Kind of like, when we were watching that show, Agent Smart, what was it? What's that episode? The series called?
Oh, I don't know.
Where he had he would send the disappearing messages that explode.
Oh, like Inspector Gadget?
No. It was along that line. But anyway, the messages. So they'll send you a picture. You get it for 10 seconds, and then it goes, and you can't see it anymore. So it's pretty cool. But. Then you get your little diet, a little description of who they are.
A little bit about them. Okay.
Yeah, and so this is my profile here.
Let me little bit.
You probably can't see it. I'll read it to you. Okay.
Okay, let's hear it.
And I have my display name in case you're on the grinder and you want to send me a note. I'm fine with that. Say you saw me here on, what's the name of our program?
Here for a reason.
Here for a reason. I'm here for a reason with MB and VB. And so my profile on my display is Ms. with 2 Z's, D, like disorder. And it says about me. And I say, ask what you want to know. Better yet, ask me on a date. Do people still date? Complete sentences are sexy. If you won't be seen in public with me, you won't get to be naked with me. Bring your best game or don't bother. I know what I bring to the table.
I love that.
I like that. It's very direct.
Yeah,
and when I changed it to that, the number of people that reach out to me has slowed down quite a bit. So, which is great. I've got one message here. This man named Marv once, he says, so how about that date? So it's working. I'm getting fewer messages, but I'm getting more quality type.
Yeah,
understand. It's all about, as Victoria and I have been talking, all about knowing your value, respecting yourself, and knowing what you want out of the app, because let's face it, we all get horny. And so it's a great app for that. If I want to be treated like somebody's fetish, I can certainly get on and say, hey, any number of these hundreds of guys who want to come over, I could order in like never before. It's like going to the Dairy Queen menu. Okay, I'd like vanilla cone tonight, maybe a swirl, lick, lick, lick. But I've just decided that since I've made this decision in my life to be expressively non-binary, I kind of feel like I'm a virgin again. And so I just don't really, I want to have that new puberty that I didn't get to have, where I get to go on some dates with some boys and pet and neck and go steady for a minute before you get topsies and unders,
Yeah. It's sexy to be wholesome. And I had an experience where I wanted me to be virtuous, and it kind of exploded to my face, which we talked about. So I don't know
tell us for the viewers what that entailed for you. What did that mean?
Well, there's a guy I met off Tinder. He was like I say, he was in the first cache of men. His name was, I didn't know it at first. It's kind of hard to say, but his name is Siamac. Okay. So I go up, I meet with this guy.
Similac? Similac, like the baby formula, Similac?
Oh, God, horrible. So I thought I liked him. Went out on the first date. I guess the beer was good. And he fixed me a cocktail or bourbon on the rocks back at his crib. I go back this time for a second date. Of course, I banged him on the first one. I haven't had sex for like a year. Okay, whatever. I don't need to explain that. That happened. And then I thought maybe I did like him. But then as time went on, I thought about it and my intuition kicked in before I went on the second date. And I was like, I'm not going to like him. I don't like him. I don't want to do him. I don't want to bang him again. But I went over there and with the intent in my mind, and I had this before I went over, I said to myself, somehow I'm going to really be myself and he's not going to like it. And he didn't. And he picked up on that really, really well. And he brought up the whole conversation before I left when I finally got dressed, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't think, maybe I was naked. No, I don't think I was naked. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He asked me what are we doing here? Basically, why are you on Tinder? What are you looking for? I want something serious. I don't know about you. And I was like, well, I haven't been with anybody else. Well, that's what I'm saying, because if you are, I'm not with anyone else. So I can't do this. How did it make you feel during all this? Very trapped. And like, I wanted to hurry up and be as nice as I could. Okay. Yes. I'll see you again. Bye. And bolt, And I think he got the idea. He had me grab his dick through his pants before I left. It was like a last, one more time. He even said that, grab my dick. Not
just for old time's sake.
I know we're breaking up. Like, we were together 2 dates.
2 days. I'm heartbroken. I've got to go do several Hail Marys.
I feel disgusting with myself, and I think he looked older afterwards at the second time because he got a haircut, trimmed his beard down. It does not look as flattering. Very small. I know I'm small, but too small for me, like short wise. And anyway, that
So
was
how
my
did you
experience.
how did you get out of this? Like,
like I always hear you in my head, like when you're uncomfortable in a situation or something, take up space, which I did this on the couch. I was naked, but I took the pillow and I put it in front of me. I was like, yeah, well, people do say I'm an asshole. He's like, well, you're just coming off really weird tonight. I was like, I know, what is it that you're trying to tell me? Like, what? I was like, it's like, it was hard to talk about. He really confronted me. I do not like confrontation. I guess I didn't expect to get this off Tinder, but that's what I got. That was my experience. I know not all of them are going to be like that, but I just don't want to bang anybody else for a while.
Did you ever try Plenty of Fish before Tinder?
Oh God, yes.
I call it Plenty of Freaks.
Yeah, I went on there for like a day, and I tried to get rid of it. She helped me. It was a big ordeal.
I felt dirtier.
Awful, and I felt like it was much more. It's closer to what Grindr kind of is, but it was definitely for both. Everybody who contacted me on either side of the fence on that app was just, that was all that was for. And there was not any pretense. I think there was an initial pretense that it was about relationships, but that wasn't my experience. But when I first signed up for Tinder, as in my Ken garb attire, I never really got many comments on there or any matches. And the ones that I did match with never were responsive. Do you find that you're not getting responses when you answer back on Tinder at all?
A lot of times, like a guy will match with you really fast, which I know how they do. They'll try to match pics, they'll just match for the fuck's sakes. Probably don't check their messages enough.
Is that what they're doing? Okay. Because they seem like they didn't really understand why we were matched.
Yeah, like I'll match with guys and they'll match with you, but they won't really talk. So I guess they're kind of scared nowadays too. They're waiting for the female to come after them and reassure them.
Yeah. And then I thought too, I think one thing we learned is like that guy like moving pictures. So we made our main photo of moving like a video. And I noticed that was one way to get more interaction, right?
I agree. Yes.
And it did increase.
Yeah.
They can really see you as a real person now. They see how you move, what you look like.
More three-dimensional than just a flat photograph. I gotcha.
You did some statistics. What did you learn? What did you learn in your research? Tell us what you learned in your research.
So there's 57 million users of Tinder out there, right?
Ooh-wee.
The main
7 million? It just not in this country, in the world?
Yeah, in the whole world.
Okay.
100 countries use it actually.
What's the most popular what?
US, United States, Brazil, and the UK are the biggest users of Tinder.
Brazil.
I could see Brazil.
The most likely age group to log in is 33 to 44. 19% of people in that age group will log into Tinder, and it's one of the most popular apps. They found smiling gets you a 14% greater chance of getting likes. To be very smiley.
All the pictures should give you like.
Everybody's attracted to somebody who's smiling, especially if you have cute eyes or you have a nice, we all do that. Put the right position and filter on, make us look the best we look. So
I don't do a smize thing.
I don't do it either. I should do it more. I look kind of like
dead behind the eyes sometimes.
No, I wouldn't say dead.
Behind the eyes. I think I can smile, but my eyes saying I'm smiling.
Right. I don't know.
And that's the thing, unless you're really true. I think if you're not truly feeling, I can look at somebody's picture and tell what emotions they're having. And I know I have some special skill in that area, but I imagine that you all can do that. Look at somebody's eyes particularly and tell what they're feeling, even in
But I'm finding a lot of these gentlemen, they're taking pictures themselves like at the gym, Planet Fitness. That's always Planet Fitness.
Okay.
Endorphins are up there. Yeah.
On vacation.
Gyms and on vacation. Gyms
Number
on vacation.
One.
When their dopamine, when their dopamine's really good and they're happy. Exactly. That makes good sense.
Catalina Island,
Yeah.
like time, but they get the most of that trip.
Yeah.
And they're looking relaxed. Of course they look relaxed on vacation, right?
Exactly. So we don't really get to see what they look like when they're back in reality and working their grind and come home from work and babe, where's my dinner? I gotta get my underwear worn.
I don't think it's that. I think that it's like these are the best pictures they have.
They found that they look their most attractive.
Guys aren't taking selfies like we are. Okay, they're not taking a bunch of. So they have the most of the pictures that they do have that would be good of them are on vacation or somebody took it.
Somebody else snapped of them and then or tagged them in a Facebook. Yeah.
Because I find like a lot of the guys that do selfies, I don't really like they do selfies.
I don't like selfie. It looks gay.
And that looks hard. It sounds very tough.
It looks like they want to be more
like
feminine.
caught up with themselves.
No, I want to do this like all dude, but not too much.
Like where I be like, I don't want to do.
I don't know what the hell I want. Like, I don't know. These guys on Tinder are disgusting. They're all disgusting.
Yeah, and you know, Vicky was saying like she felt like it was weird the way guys so comfortable being naked after sex.
Is that wrong?
And I was saying it's because the man sees more of your naked body, and you're not seeing angles of sex and stuff. You're not seeing them naked, so you don't feel like you've been seeing each other naked as much as a guy feels like you've been seeing.
I just don't want to see him walk around naked. Like, how dare he? And I know you thought that was funny in his own house. How dare he get up and walk around naked?
Like, I didn't like that he just got up and he walked around naked.
He's just all comfortable about it.
Like, I don't want to bother you.
I don't want to see his ass anymore. I don't want to see him.
Like, I don't like how
thinking that he looks
good
with his head bald.
Was that him specifically, or if Brad Pitt was walking around naked in front of you? Did that?
Okay, no, that was probably a specific type.
I don't think she would like that Brad Pitt was doing it either.
I think Brad Pitt, that'd be like, come on, man, put some pants on. At least it looks sexier for a man.
I'm using Brad Pitt as just a, insert your guy there.
Hey girl shit.
I wouldn't like it if I don't want to see a guy's butt.
Oh, I love man's ass. My God, I'm a bottom and I love a man's ass. A good bubble ass that's just like they're walking across the room and I'm like, fuck yeah.
See their ass.
I don't really look at their ass enough. Yeah, I don't think I do.
Like the whole physique. I love everything about a man's body. I do. I guess everything.
I like their package.
I like their package.
Yeah.
And their face structure. I like their bone structure when they look
very bad. They have a really, really beautiful penis. It's just like you just want to look at it and sculpt it. And, I want to sculpt it.
When it comes down to oh my God. Yes. Oh. Yeah, it's like
I agree. Yeah.
I agree too.
This, by the way, this broadcast we should probably mark as not suitable for work.
It's suitable for many people, but not for work.
Yeah,
not for work.
I don't know. So, have you had decent experiences, Sybill, with online dating things?
No. I met my last horrific ex that Victoria remembers. SDWJ is what we'll call him. His initials back in DC, and that was on again, off again. 3 years we fought and I don't know. I felt like we were in a relationship, and I think he thought I was somebody he just accidentally kept running into over a course of 3 years. But it fucked me up in the head and just added to a lot of the extra stuff. And I met him on an app or on a computer app before we had any of this shit that we have now.
I know, right?
With these apps and the phones. Met him on an app, a computer site called Adam for Adam, which still exists, I'm told, but I haven't been on that in years. And so, same principle, click their picture, send them a message. So, I've certainly met a few gentlemen off of these over the years.
Yeah, I tried to. I just found it to be kind of they say if something's too good to be true, it usually is.
It usually, it always is said.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sybill knows a lot about men. I just had to put it out
I
there.
do, because I have been around the block a couple of times. And, and I'm not really saying New York City blocks. I'm talking about Texas blocks. No sidewalks.
Oh yeah. Right.
What's like one thing you think that like we should know about men?
Okay, here's what I've learned from being a man, but I am, of course, the more feminine, on the more feminine side. So I identify a lot with seeing your point of view. Yeah, your point of view toward men, as opposed to the masculine viewpoint toward men. But one guy I dated, because you can always tell when, it's like when they're watching football and you want their attention. He's told me that all you have to do is say the word sex. You can be saying anything else and they won't hear you. But if you say sex to get their attention, they'll start to listen and hear you. Okay. So if you want them to get the, take the trash out, honey, sex. Could you take the trash out, please? Sure. Got it. If you just say, they're watching TV, can you take trash out? Yeah. That was important. That was important.
That is a great.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What'd you say, Mary Beth?
I never thought about that, but actually that's a great way to like grab the attention, because usually it's just not there.
Exactly. And I'm imagining it probably works with girls too. Maybe not the same way. Because it's just, and for one thing, it's just an odd thing to say out loud randomly. Sex.
Yeah, right.
Blowjob, whatever, whatever gets their attention. And that leads me to the next thing. Men are ruled by their penis, as we all know, and sucking their dick will get you anything you want. Anything.
They really do like the DM. I'm just so
I do love to suck dick. So that's easy for me. But I'd say if you don't like it and you want that, learn to like it and do it randomly.
My thing is, if like I'm gonna be doing that at this age, like they better be paying my like fillers and stuff, because I'm gonna be getting lines in my face. I don't even need to like.
Honey, exactly. I said you need to be getting something out of it.
I want to be getting. I know, but like they better be there to like help me get the Botox or help me.
That's it. You get your face done. Look, I'm getting it soon.
I'm getting it. Yeah, I was like,
but diamonds, rubies, pearl necklaces.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like
I'm kind of like over it, because it's been 20 some years that,
I feel like I want to always compete with a dude. Like, I don't want him to have to buy me anything. Like, I'm fine.
Okay. Now here, we're going to move this spiritually now, Victoria, because this is something else I just learned for myself. When you say to the universe, I am fine, I don't need anything from anybody else, what do you think the universe hears from you?
I don't need anybody else.
Right? I don't need anybody else, and I don't need anything else. So what have you done? You cut off. You rejected the stream of abundance. You've told the universe, I don't need anything.
That's
I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah. And when I stopped doing that, when I started, not to mention the fact that, I was always, people would offer me gifts. People want to give you things sometimes. And I would always say, no. Donate that to somebody who needs it. I have everything I want. I'd say the same thing at Christmas. Don't buy me anything. I have everything I need. And what I don't have, I can buy myself. And that seemed empowered. It seemed like I'm a self made person. I'm independent. I don't have to rely on anybody. But what it does too then is hurt that person's feelings who wants to give you something.
It's saying you have nothing for me.
And you have nothing to offer me that I can't buy myself, right? Good point. And you're telling the universe, I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need anybody. I don't need everything I can do myself. I don't even need God's help. And that God is whatever you define God as, in my opinion. So I don't even need that help. I don't need spiritual help. I'm perfect the way I am. And I don't feel like that's the way you believe or what you want out of your life.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah. No, you're right. I guess I'm putting that, I didn't even think about that. You put that vibe out there in the universe.
The same thing I told you, the other night when we were talking. It's the same vibe when you're putting out to these men. You're setting your boundaries of how you're going to be treated and you're sticking with it. Just like me, I'm not allowing, I got these guys who are they're trying everything they can to try to manipulate the situation to get me to agree to, allow, we could do the first date on your front porch. I don't even have to come inside. Bullshit. And then what? And then what? They know where I live.
Yeah, exactly.
At that point, if I don't like them, I'm just not comfortable with that. There are too many trans women who have been murdered. Stranger danger, you know, and I have new stranger danger that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
So, you know, to me, it's like, if you can't embrace the fact that this is a new stranger danger for me, you don't get me enough to be in my life.
Yeah.
Because you don't obviously even care that little bit.
Yeah.
That there's the off chance that there is that person out there who could show up at my front door and murder me. Even if you're not that guy, even if you know in your soul you're not that guy, you have to know that that's still a possibility for me. And I have to protect my own self from that danger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. That makes sense.
Now, before, and I'm not going to tell my whole story, but you guys know that I almost died a year ago. So where did all this spirituality come from? It comes from that, and self-reflection over the past year, and particularly in the last several months of really figuring out why I survived, what I'm supposed to be here to do, and how I can accomplish all of that. And so, you know, before that, if a good looking man came up and, you know, was flirting, especially if he was a narcissistic, toxic, you know, bad boy, which is what we all like, right? Because they're hot as shit. And I'll still say they're hot as shit, but right now, I don't care that they're hot as shit, because it doesn't matter to me. There's the next guy, as I just told you, if I just say I want dick, I'm going to get 20 offers within 10 minutes. You know, it's just going to be that quick. So it's a dime a dozen. What I want is what I want. Right?
Yeah, sorry.
I want what I want. And if you can't bring me what I want, you can't do it. You can't get the hot pocket. But give me what I want, you get the keys to the Magic Kingdom.
Yep. I mean, and good looking people are only interesting for so long. I mean,
exactly. They get tiresome if there's no substance behind it.
Yeah.
Whereas you can take somebody who's average looking and they become interesting, and you start to view them differently, and you see their beauty coming in.
Yeah. So much nicer.
Yeah. And so, you know, I think when sometimes we're seeing a couple and we're going, what in the hell do they see? You know, what does that beautiful woman see in or, you know, that really beautiful man see in that older woman, you know, who's sort of average looking, wrinkled, crinkled. Everybody's like, she must have a lot of money. Well, that may be true, but what if it's not? What if it's that they just had such a great conversation and a connection that he doesn't see those wrinkles anymore, and she doesn't see his youth anymore. They just see beautiful people that they want to have that relationship with. So that's what I'm looking for. I don't, you know, what other people find beautiful matters not to me anymore at all. It's what I see in a person, and now I'm seeing everybody I come in contact with differently now. And I'm starting to see the ugly insides before I even talk to people, which is really interesting for me personally, but that's a whole different episode of this. And I'm sorry, Mary Beth, that I have taken over your show.
No, not at all. I was just looking at something. I was going to bring up something, but I couldn't remember like the exact, I don't know if you noticed on my Snapchat, I put up something recently about a primitive unique tool.
I don't remember that.
It's so weird. It's like this weird primitive unique tool. And I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's like these guys out in a jungle, and they just start making a house under the soil.
Oh, wow.
And it goes on for like an hour and a half of this, you know? And I don't get this. I don't get like what is going on here.
Did you speed forward to see how it ends?
Yeah. Okay. So this is
like when I read Huckleberry Finn, because I couldn't stand Mark Twain at that age and didn't understand it. And that's where they got to?
Yeah, this is where it's like,
yeah, that's amazing talent. Damn.
yeah, and
I don't see how this relates to our conversation, but
no, it
I know.
doesn't. I'm so sorry. Yeah, when
are you
when
segueing me off of a topic?
No, no, I put this in the list of things to talk about today.
Oh, okay.
And
Besides Tinder. Okay.
and you said you felt like you were talking too much, and I was like, no, not really. And then I just said this one thing I do want to talk about.
Okay. That's incredible. What do you think about it?
You know, I have a lot of theories as to what the hell is going on with this, because there's a part at the end where they just make weird like noises in the pool.
Is it escort porn?
I
Are
don't.
they naked in there?
They're not naked, but
They're doing some giggly ass
why are
shit
they
there.
doing this?
It's like they're gonna.
I don't know. It could be like third world, you know, porn.
Yeah, like that's exactly what I said. Is this behind everything? Is it watching these young people? It's like, why is there so
Half
many?
naked. Yeah, why do they have to be naked
all
and they're frolicking about in the pool? Yeah.
Yeah, like playing around. Two young Indonesian men playing around.
Well,
Not my thing, but I don't know.
I kept going to this guy's house, and every time I was over there, this shit was in the background. And not to like put the spotlight on the guy, but
on
he's
his
just like
computer or like on National Geographic Channel or what?
It was on his TV screen. Okay, but like, I'm the one that kept bringing it up. It's one time he's like, "Look at this shit. This is how they build stuff," and I was like, "Why would they build a pool with no filtration underground? Who wants to go in that? Like, it's cute that first day, but after that, it's gonna be stagnant, right?"
And are people, I would think, yeah.
Are they around Cambodia, like not like falling into these little houses and stuff, like in the ground? They're all underground.
It's like walking down the beach when some dumbass has dug a big hole and left it.
Like,
you
what
know,
purpose?
running down the beach, you're going out for your nightly jog along the ocean. All of a sudden, you're like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, a modern swimming pool. I don't want to go. I don't know about you guys. I don't like the idea of caves.
But maybe here's what it is. It's just to show off their talent, like building a sandcastle at the beach. You know, where you go and you build that, you spend hours and days building these competitive sandcastles to show your skill set. And so maybe they just dig a hole and create kind of a
who's paying them though? I mean, who's paying
house as architectural artwork.
Well, they got a bunch of different camera angles during all this, and it's a production, is what I'm saying. So it costs money.
Yeah.
I think somebody's interested in it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to segue off our main topic.
No,
but
that's very interesting.
A little side topic I wanted to just bring that up to everyone, including you guys. Because I know, Sybill, you're pretty.
When we talk, you never know where it's going to go. So stay tuned.
Yeah, usually all over the place. So what should we do? What do you think we should do? Should we all have like a little like meditation session one day, or where we're like putting our intentions out there? What should I say to the universe? It'll
be, we should do it when the new moon comes back. Actually, when the full moon is waning, I believe the spell is we exhale everything that we didn't want for the month, from the past month, and inhale all of our, and if it's not the way I've learned it, it's the spell that's coming up in my head. So we exhale what we weren't happy with, and we inhale what we intend to gain in the new moon as it develops into the full.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, I just want to let you know that moon tonight is in Scorpio, and the sun's in Virgo. I don't know if that means anything to you.
It doesn't at the moment, but you know, I just started thinking about the planetary alignments and all that nonsense. Okay. Not nonsense, sorry. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah.
The planetary shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. What is your sign?
I was talking about Mercury in retrograde being such a terrible thing, and it seems like it always is.
Yeah, it seems like it just fucks up your day, right?
It really
When
seems
people,
like it. Yeah.
it's, it's never a positive.
It's
Yeah,
like personality.
thanks, Mercury.
Oh, she was asking, what is your sign, Sybill?
I'm a Pisces. I was born on the Ides of March.
Which is what?
March 15.
She knows.
Yes, March 15. And it's, yeah. If you don't know what the Ides of March are, I can just say, Google is your friend.
Okay.
Oh, I know what the Ides of March are about.
I'm
Because that's
talking
what
to your listeners. Of course you do. I'd slap you if you didn't.
Wikipedia, hello.
I remember it
I
at
like
Catholic church. I remember hearing about it.
Oh, of course. She went to Catholics. What did you go to Catholic school, right?
Catholic school for a few years. Yep. But I mean,
I don't think it has anything to do with Catholicism.
it was long 8 years Catholic.
Well, I think they might have
Sunday
mentioned
school.
that doesn't have anything to do with Catholicism, but it has something to do with what was it? Not Caesar. Was it Caesar?
Caesar, yes.
I wasn't
Yeah,
big into
Brutus.
history.
Brutus said something
Yeah,
about beware
Brutus killed him on the Ides of March. Yes.
the Ides of March. Yeah.
Beware the Ides of March. Yes.
Mhm.
I did not pay attention in school.
Right.
This is before like ADD was a thing, right? So it was just like I was
me
slow,
too.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't pay attention to history. I'm learning everything backwards. It's kind of cool, like I had to go.
The funny thing is I know how much influence I'm getting from my heritage, because random shit is in my head that I have no idea how I know.
It's coming from
You're
your
like, are you like
ancestors.
psychic a bit?
I think that I do. People just tell me things when somebody will ask me a question, and then I'll hear, because I just, I'll be like, roll off an answer, and I'll be like, how did I know that? And I think somebody's whispering behind me. My granny Ella is with me all the time. I just learned that a couple weeks ago, and that's been really comforting. So, and another friend of mine actually that can see spirits was on a Zoom with me the other night, and she said, okay, I see somebody behind you, and they keep moving back and forth behind you, like they're pacing behind your chair. And I said, that's my grandmother. She's right there. I can feel her back there.
Is Granny giving you any advice to give towards us, just lost souls? I'm not that lost.
Well, I think she's already done it. I think that now this newfound wisdom that I am espousing came from her. I don't think that this is, it's definitely not something that I randomly pulled out of my ass.
Right.
Because, Victoria, very well that, before I was not this centered and enlightened on how the world works, or how the spirit,
No, you were not at all. You were very much against that. So I know something's happened to change your mind.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean,
You were not like
you walked away with like better. I mean,
I truly did. And I truly believe that, my grandmother pulled me out, and made certain that I didn't die. And because I have a purpose, left with however many days I have left, I'm chock-a-block full. I'll never be able to accomplish all of the changes that I want to make in the world, but I'm going to do my damn well best. So,
well, you've helped me a lot already, just so you know.
I am delighted. You've helped me too.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have.
Yes, you both have, because one of the primary things in my life I love is laughter. And if you can make me laugh, there's no better medicine, and there's no more, better way to show love, I don't think, unless you're feeding me something delicious. And that can come from a lot of different sources.
Right. Well, okay, let's put her in front of, can you see her aura at all? What do you think her aura is?
Now, Vicki, when you asked me that question, I got an immediate color, and with Mary Beth, I'm not getting. I feel like she's blocking it to see. Yeah.
She would. It's just like her. Get out of the way. Now let's do me. Let's do an experiment. Let's see if I work.
Nobody can see. I see green.
Do you see mine?
You see green for Vicki?
Yeah, I see green around Vicky.
I still see you yellow, but you're maybe a little bit deeper shade of yellow, maybe getting a little more chartreuse. So maybe it is leaning toward a green. I'll agree with that.
Take my hair back. Am I still?
Well, that's not going to change anything.
Okay.
It's not a hairdo related situation, Victoria.
Sometimes I wonder if these things, I don't know. I'm just trying to see if it's really real. Is it more like, with chartreuse is like a what, like a greenish yellow? Like none of these
like
are
a split piece.
none of these would match my aura.
No, chartreuse is like a very, let's see if I have anything.
Goldy green.
It's a very bright green, yellowish green, and it's like neon, like a subdued neon green.
Nickelodeon.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. Well, let me put her glasses on. Now, am I still the same?
I'm telling you, that's nothing. It's the inner.
I'm trying to trick the energy field. I'm just okay. All right. I wonder what that means. Yellow, or it always changes.
I don't know. I told you to look it up last time because that was, you asked me. I've never been able to see anybody's aura before, and that's the color that popped up around you.
What do you think this is? I mean, hers. Sorry, Sybill.
Yellow always means to me cheerful and happy and full of love. So
you said this is purple,
I
right?
see purple.
I see it too. I see like an indigo.
Who, me?
I'm not take that
I
away
see
from.
like
Don't take the
a
background.
very purple light behind you.
Not the one that's actually there.
That's not my aura, darling. That is a lamp that I have in the
Yeah.
other room that changes colors.
Oh my God. I thought that was really
No, you did not.
No, I did for a minute. I think
You thought you had new power.
I was
You're giving me a
covering.
purple aura. Because it does. It looks like it's illuminating out of the back of my head.
like
That's
oh
hilarious.
my God, I can't believe this is easy. Like
Yeah,
it's
right.
like holy shit.
And then it changed again.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
I need to do, this is what I need to do on my OnlyFans channel. I can give psychic readings and say, can't you see my aura?
You're like
No, but when I
Whoa.
talk to you on the phone and
Yeah.
just regular video calls and I hear your voice or I see you, I always pick up when I think about you in my mind, I get an indigo color of your head shape. I get an indigo.
I can live with that.
I don't see any other colors really.
yeah, I could see the indigo.
Not just because of that. That's the color I associate you with, I suppose.
Well, if you look at my new logo, it's sort of a pink that's leaning a little bit indigo. So that makes sense to me. Because all of a sudden I'm about all the pink things. I got my keyboard in pink. I got my mouse in pink. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about the pinks. So, and I never liked pink before.
Interesting.
It's like in color, I feel like, I got into pink recently myself.
It really brings your feminine.
It's like when you tap into your divine feminine, and that's where a lot of these powers or strengths come from, is your divine feminine side. And so when you're tapping into that, and what I'm finding is the more I tap into that, and my fingernails, as you can see, are tapping into that.
Beautiful.
I'm experiencing more and more growth spiritually, where I can see things that I couldn't see before, or hear things that I couldn't feel things, primarily feeling things. I get a lot of energy feelings from people. And so I feel like I could go into Reiki very well.
Wow, Reiki, that stuff scares me.
Yeah, I never believed in it either. My friend does Reiki, and I'd always be like, yeah, I feel it. No, and now that I've actually felt other people's energy from a distance, I know what that feels like.
It's for real. Really,
Mm-hmm.
that happened to me in massage school. Like at the Institute, we had to do Reiki, and I got paired
She's
with
a
someone.
massage therapist, yeah, and she does Reiki.
Yeah, they have to like get basically certified massage to do Reiki.
Yeah.
So they go that way around the whole thing. And so I was shocked that she was already like an expert at Reiki. And my instructor said, you're very lucky to be paired with this woman. And I really didn't believe it. I thought it was dumb. Because first I had to stand over her. It was like a very long 15 minutes. I'm like, do you feel it?
I know.
Yeah.
You were just going, yep, I feel it. I feel it. I never felt it. Several people have tried to do it to me. I never felt it.
And so I lay down and she did me, and it's just like, oh my God, I feel like this magnetic pull in between her hands and my skin. Like it was unmistakable. And then like she would be pulling it and I would feel a whirring feeling. I feel like a whirring kind of
Sucking
thing.
your energy. She was an energy vampire.
Another part where she would move the energy to. I feel like a real pressure. I was like, this is weird. She knew like I'd been out last night drinking and stuff. She could see through me. Like everything I would try to hide, she'd just be like, it's leaving a signature on your body, like stuff that you do to your body. Your energy, your energy is changing with this stuff. And it was very powerful. It was a lot. And then afterwards, I met up with her, like after lunch. I went to my Jeep and cried during lunch. I was like, oh my God. It was just like.
You felt it. Yeah, I've been there.
I felt, holy crap, there's someone who can see through me. Like, it was like.
I had my first real tarot reading a couple of weeks ago, where she just opened me up, busted me wide open.
Yeah. And I saw her in class and there was like this buzz in between us.
Wow.
And I was like, are you seeing this like static? And she was like, that happens sometimes. Like if you have inclinations to being like claircognizant or whatever, you pick up on my vibe basically. And you can ride off that if you want, or you can get in touch more if you want. I don't want to, frankly. Like
how come we don't have this energy with each other? I mean, we're always around each
because
other.
you have to train yourself to do Reiki.
You have to be open to feeling it. And from what I learned is that you have to also, if you're doing it, if you're allowing that energy transference to happen, you have to have a way to cut it off when you don't want it to happen anymore, because there are too many energy vampires out there. And when you have your antenna wide open, they're going to suck you dry. And I realized that several weeks ago, which is why I ended up going into Madame Meerkat's Cabinet of Curiosities here in my place in North Carolina. And you can, if you look that up, you can probably figure my town out, just in case, girl likes to keep her options open. But my tarot reader, psychic, pointed me in the direction of these 3 bracelets.
Okay.
One's tiger eye, one's some sort of jadish sort of thing, and the most powerful and important was the iron pyrite, which I've always been drawn to my entire life. So I had a little piece of it. It looks like fake gold, looks like real gold, but it's fake gold and it comes in clumps. Well, they've obviously taken this and polished it out, so this is actual metal mineral. And then I've got tiger's eye and whatever this other agate stone is. And these are to prevent people from bleeding me dry or sucking me dry, the energy vampires, because I can cut them off. And I now no longer shake anybody's hand unless I want to exchange energy with them, because this is where they pull, or where I give energy if I want to give energy. And I have to be, and I'm making myself be conscious about that. My left hand is where I start feeling when people are reaching out to me or trying to send me some kind of an energy. And then my hand, it like you said, it tingles, it starts vibrating heavily, and either I'm going to have an energy exchange with whoever's trying to reach me. And sometimes that's come up as just a character. When I develop some of these characters that I have, I feel like I'm getting with Vivica Saint Germain. She was like yanking at my skirt, saying, I need to be heard. I need to be heard.
Yes, I like her.
Yeah, she's fabulous. And so she's my favorite character. But I'm learning to I love them all. They're all so unique. But they do that, and they're like, nope, not going to be ignored. You're going to deal with me right now. You're going to record this. I have shit to say. And if I don't have time or I don't want to deal with it, I found that I just place my left hand on my beads and I can feel the energy dissipate. One time, one of these characters was badgering me so much that when I put my hand down on the beads, I shouldn't really be telling the entire world this because I don't want everybody to necessarily know, but I guess I am. The beads were so hot that they burned my hand. and I
Wow.
immediately had to release.
Damn.
Put it back, and I had to try several times before I could get this spirit to leave me alone for just a little while. And then I got up and went, that was Charmaine Latour. And I got up to go pee. And while I was standing there peeing, she started again. And she's like, I'm not going to be ignored. And so I had to come in and I had to record her. That was the one that was funny, where I lost it completely, when she made me laugh so hard that I couldn't stop laughing for 10 minutes. So that was my very first character recording, and that was Charmaine Latour. And that's how she put me to do it. So, because she just burned my hand.
Wow. Any questions?
No, but I think we had to take a break. But we would love to do more podcasting with you if you're down for that.
I am. I love it. I love talking about myself.
Cool. And we love, I love
like
hearing
to
about
listen and
this.
talk too.
It was nice. Yeah, I liked it. Like this vibe.
It's a good vibe.
I do too. So
And,
are we gonna call this our special segment? What did we decide on?
3 bad bitches, 3 bad broads, 3 bad broads.
Badass broads. 3 badass broads.
3 badass broads.
I like it.
Yeah. I love that. And I think it perfectly describes us. I have a question for you, Sybill. What do you hope that people walk away with tonight after listening?
Wow.
To the
that you are never stuck in the hole that you think you are in. It's all temporary, and it's a shift in attitude. The hole can continue to get deeper and uglier and darker as long as you continue to dig. And it doesn't get better until you start pulling the sides down and stepping up onto the dirt that you've pulled down to create a stairwell ladder to get yourself out of that hole. And you can do that. Survivalists know how to do that. You just start bringing some dirt down, stepping on it, lifting up, stepping on it, lifting up. So spiritually, that's what you're doing. You're looking for,
I want to be lifted.
my boundaries. Yeah, what do I want to do with my life? What if I didn't have any obstacles in my life at all? Where would I be? And figuring out that the only obstacle in your life is right here.
Yeah.
So when you figure out why you're your own obstacle, which I did, you're transcended to a different level. I don't even feel like I'm on the same plane that I was on 3 months ago. I feel like I'm floating above the ground all the time, and which is a good thing, because I'm on these 6-inch stilettos all the time, and I need some extra balance up here.
That's good. I know. I agree with you about elevating yourself. That's another way to say spiritually
and
elevated.
I feel like depressed is like what you're describing is like depression is like being in a dark place, and when you're in the midst of depression, it's very hard to even think.
And that's the thing. And you're people tell you, they're always like, if you need somebody to talk to, call. Well, none of us want to. First of all, we enjoy our misery. We're comfortable with our misery. We know what that ends up being. What we don't know is what happens if I stop being miserable. What happens? That's completely unknown. We know we're miserable. We're comfortable there. So
we're familiar with it. It's something
exactly. And we got plenty of company down here in the muddy compost.
Oh my God.
Other people to hang out with, and we try to convince ourselves that we're supporting each other and we're friends.
Yeah.
In fact, when you decide your bush, and I've told Victoria this, that I now see myself as a fully blooming, gorgeous hydrangea bush. Now, the friends who were happy with me and loved me when we were all down here in the muck together can't stand it. They see me now as a narcissist. They see me now as always talking about myself and never listening to anybody else's point of view. Things that I've been told that I was easier to deal with when I was a drunk. More interesting and tolerable. And I thought, wow.
What kind of friends are
people don't like to see someone getting better when they're not.
Right.
When they're feeling, well, you could tell the ones
exactly. And it's a natural thing. I don't blame them. They're content and happy down there in the muck. And I'm not anymore. I'm not willing to live down there anymore.
Well, yeah, we're not either. I'm not,
Yeah,
we're not.
and so you guys, I see you at the point where you're those buds that are up here. You're seeking, your heads are above, you're germinated, you're up here and you're looking for the sunshine. And here I am, the fully grown bush.
We're like, help us.
And I'm
Yeah.
like trying to feed you nutrients and show you what you can be.
Yes, I agree. I see it like that.
And so you have a goal. You can look at this bush and oh, if I keep going and I keep growing, I can look just like that. I can be just like that. And I might be a different color because the acidity in my soil, and that's why I like the analogy of the hydrangea, which just dawned on me this second. I hadn't thought of it before now. The hydrangea is the only flower that you can completely change just by the color of, by changing a little bit of the acidity in the soil.
Wow, I did not know that.
Where I might be a bright pink, you might have a little bit more acidity in your soil because of your real, where you are, and you might come up to be more indigo or more purple or more blue, or you might come up with my favorite, which is a purely bright white. That's just pure as the driven snow.
Oh
and
God,
that's the perfect hydrangea. I'm not even there yet. I still see myself as blue. I'm still a blue hydrangea.
Well, let's end with this. Let's all put this in our minds that we're all trying to elevate spiritually and be more of the bush, the fully grown out.
We're going to try to reach the level where we're all white hydrangeas.
Let's do it. Let's put that intent out there.
That's a Social Distortion album. It's white light, white heat, white trash. That's what I first learned about what white light means.
I'm going to take a piss. I mind you end the whole thing.
I got to piss too.
Oh my God, I've been trying to be nice and not. Do you want to end it now, or should we have you?
Let's end it now and say we're all going to take a Wazz, and that's W-A-Z-Z because I'm Sybill with 2 L's, Disorder with 2 Z's, and we're all going to take a Wazz with 2 Z's. And we'll be back. When are we back, y'all? When are we back?
We're
be back sometime this week.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
So we're just going to randomly pop up in their feed. Is that going to how it works?
Yeah, I'm going to put this up on YouTube.
All right.
Okay.
So you'll be just, sitting on your pins and needles or the edge of your Wazz device, whatever that may be.
Yep.
Or whoever that may be. And I say deuces to you two. I'm really excited about this.
All right.
Thanks for asking me.
PG.
Good night, Sybill.
Good night.
Bye.